welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. In this video today, I'm going to be doing a review on this Milani palette. It is their 05 Earthy Elements. So anyway, I found this at my local Walgreens. I was going there for completely something else. And I ended up seeing this as I was looking through the Milani section, and I'm like, hold up, when did Milani come out with the eyeshadow palette? And of course I was like, if Milani came out with an eyeshadow palette, I have no doubt in my mind that this product is going to be dope. Because if you think about all the Milani blushes, the foundation powders, I've used it, the bronzers, all those things, and their lipsticks. Let's not even forget that, especially the lipsticks and their nail polish. Okay, really, am I going down on this here? Yes, even their nail polish. So I already knew, like, Milani, if they came out with this, I'm on top of it because I'm sure it's gonna be dope. So anyway, so this was the only palette that I grabbed. They did have, I believe, 3 other colors, but this one just caught my eye because I was like, this has friendly transitional colors. That's what I really, really love about this. It has this lovely nude warm tone, so it's not that cool tone. I have a lot of cool tone transitional colors, so I love the fact that this year is warm. And then of course this orange color, literally I got it for these 2 colors because I was disappointed when I got the Morphe palette, the 35C, and when I got the Carity palette, only because they didn't go on as pigmented, and I've been spoiled from using other eyeshadows that are pigmented, like the Physicians Formula, the Wet n Wild, you know what I mean? So it's like when you go from that and you're thinking, hey, I got those cheap, and you go to that and you're like, this is taking way more work. I'm spending more time on this as I spend on my foundation. I find a problem with that. So yeah. So anyway, so that's why I got this palette to test this out. I was like, you know what? I've shelled out 20 bucks on a palette twice, and I'm gonna spend 10. It's okay. I'll spend 10, see how this does. And so far, let's get into this so you guys can see how well it behaves. Thank you for being so patient with my talking. I just wanted to explain the thought process of how I justify when I get ready to purchase stuff. It's gotta make sense to me. And I'm sure for you guys too, you want it to make sense for you before you go spending your cheese. You know what I mean? You worked hard for that bread and butter with cheese melted on. Alright, so let's go ahead and do these swatches real quick. You know, I wonder if they consider this base contour lid crease liner specialty. Really? That's interesting. Anyway, that's what color. You know what? Let me just swatch them all. Anyway, so far that's what these colors look like. I won't say these feel creamy, and I won't say these feel powdery. They're kind of like an in-between, if that makes sense. Let me go ahead. So technically you could use this color here as more of a highlight. These are more transitional, these are more lid. That could be a lid or highlight. Definitely lid or slash outer corner. So these could be outer corners as well. Not as, you know, outer corner slash crease, but not full on in the crease, you know what I mean? Going anywhere near up to your eyebrow, none of that behavior. I've been using it for some days now because I really wanted to test. If I'm going to put something out there, I really want to test it out before putting it on, so I can really give you guys my thoughts on it. Because you can try something once, it doesn't mean, you know, you may not even like it the first time. I've tried products where I didn't like it the first time. I'm like, oh, and I had to just keep trying. So, and then eventually I ended up liking it. I was like, you know, I just had to learn how to use it, or this didn't accept this brush, so I had to use a different brush with it. Or, you know, it's like you have to find that method that really works with that product. I'm going to move on to using this product right here. And I kind of love that concept. So I think I'm going to start looking for pencils to clean up my eyebrows. It just made it quick, and I like that. And then I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlight. Of course, this is way too light for me, but I'm going to be using it on my lips. Alright, now there's only 2 things that I do wish this palette had. I wish this palette had a matte, like yellow or, you know, some kind of neutral base to do as an over lid. And even if it didn't have that, I could live without that. But I do wish it had like a matte dark brown. I think that would have set this whole entire thing off. Yeah, so definitely a matte color that was way lighter than this, and a matte brown. They would have had that, this palette would have been just dope. I'll show you why when we're doing this. When you're adding a palette on, it doesn't mean that it needs to have every color. What it does mean is it needs to work, and it also needs to be adding something new to your collection. I don't want to buy the same colors, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to be using this color here as a base color from Cecilia. And I'm just going to pack this all over, and I'm using this BH Cosmetic 12 brush. And I'm going to move on to this color right here. Go back to that first brush. There's nothing on it, well, except for what was already on it. And I'm just going to blend out the edges here so everything blends nicely. And the cool thing is you can always add more, and this deepens up. I just love how pigmented this palette is. I think this is definitely awesome to have. All right, I'm going to move on to this color here. Look at that. Did you see that? When I used this, I was like, oh, well, I know I'm keeping this palette. It's not going back. It's like super pigmented. Blend this out some. Definitely went on very, very well. All right, and then I'm going to move on to this color here. I'm going to just use this to pack on the outer corner. Then move on to the next color. And I'm just trying to kind of find a way to use all the colors, so you, or not all of them, but most of them, so you can see how this really works. Get a full-on idea. Because you can always use these colors just all over the lid itself. You know, you don't have to use all the colors, so you can create different looks from it. And I'm gonna go back to that blending brush I was using before, and this is from LA Colors. All right, and then I'm gonna use the little brush that came with it. I'm gonna use this in here, and I'm gonna use this little color over here. Of course, if you want to give this a little bit more depth to make this more of a nighttime and not just an everyday look, you can always take a dark brown color, and this is from Physicians Formula. This is from their Big Sands collection, and I'm just going to use that same pencil brush and just from the palette and just... So that's if you want to add a little bit more depth to it, and you can of course do way more than that. All right, and then I'm going to go back to that new color there, just to blend this out just a little bit more, so you don't want it to have any harsh lines. All right, and then you can put on mascara, lipstick, foundation, all that great stuff, and bam, you're done. I want to say overall with this Milani eyeshadow palette, it was worth spending the $10 on it, totally. I have no problems with that, because I have no problems with returning stuff. So this, I'm keeping this. I have to say it works great. I love these two transitional shades because I can actually now have some other kind of transitional shades that work and a little bit brighter and not so cool, because I have a lot of cool tones. So I definitely say for me, this is a keeper. I love it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, definitely make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And of course, comment down below if you've tried it, or if you've tried the other palettes that they have and what you think of that, because you know, a lot of times pigmentations can be different depending on the color. So definitely, you know, let us know, because I want this to be a community of, you know, sharing and, you know, helping each other out, because there's no point in, you know, we can't buy everything, you know what I mean? So it's kind of good to know what works and what doesn't. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure to click on this little image over here in the corner so you can receive updates whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.